Hello baby gangsters, this is Calvin, also known as Romer, and this is my first ever playthrough of Dual Destinies. Could something have lessened your fear? So something lessened her fear. Something like put her at ease. Something like made her not feel as bad. Actually, I did experience a sudden burst of courage at that moment, which is strange. When you walk in and see, like, you know, your father unconscious and a dead body, to like feel that courage has to be something. You did? Where did it come from? Let me think. Oh, it was Mama. Your mother? I suddenly felt that she was there with me. Wait. Okay, I'll enter a sudden burst of courage. Now let's see. Ah, look. Hold on a second. What did you get the... So it was the, okay. I think I know. It's the, let's see. Was it on the scene, though? The flower, right? Yeah. A flower only found in Ninetales Vale to boost Jinxie's courage. Was it there with her? The noise is all gone. Jinxie seems to have remembered everything now. That's great. That's fantastic. We didn't do a very good job of it just because, like, I forgot, like, what the emotions meant, which is very bye, which is very, silly of me. But we'll get used to it. Jinxie, was there something that gave you a sudden burst of courage? Yes, there was, but, I realized that I had done something naughty when I thought about it later. Naughty? Any idea what could have given Jinxie that courage? The flower, yeah. There was one piece of evidence that comes to mind. I wonder if she saw something like it at the scene of the crime. Jinxie, did your sudden burst of courage have anything to do with this? Yeah, it was the flower. Yeah, she mentioned that it, like, helped her out, like, a lot of time, reminded her of her mother. Jinxie, did you happen to see the Ninetales flower there at the scene, did you? Ah, the demon lawyer strikes again. I can't hide anything from you. It's good you can't. I found a small case with a picture of the Ninetales flower on it. I liked it so much I kept it, because I didn't notice an actual flower in there, for sure. You what? You can't remove evidence from a crime scene? That's right, young lady. Removing evidence is a big no-no. No, Judge, here's the thing, though. I'm using a precedent in this, and you've led a lot of people away with much, worse. So, you will have no charges, young lady. Now, the witness will produce said evidence this instant. Yeah, exactly. Look, I love this angle. Yeah, I'm not letting her have charges when everyone else has gotten away with much worse. And in fairness, the game understands this as well. Like, we have to get through the craziness sometimes to find the core of the problem. Sorry. It does seem to be some sort of case. So, it's a key. It appears to be a key. What? I can't believe I'm still looking at it. Like, again, I talked about it a little bit last time, and I got to talk to you. Apparently people love this guy a lot, which, like, I can totally get. Like, you know, he's a very cool character, very edgy character, very handsome character. He's edgy in a way that, like, I don't know, is cooler than it is cringe. You know what I mean? Like, there's, like, and I don't like using the word cringe because I think that, like, I rarely cringe. Like, it takes a lot for me to cringe. But I do think that, like, there's, like, he's cool. He's not like there's ways you can make an edgy character and make them so uncool because they're so edgy. But he's so edgy but cool at the same time. I can get it. And I love, again, the black and white theme is so cool. Might have a look, your boldness. This is how he controls him, by the way. Like a Last of Us fungi. This is none other than the master key to QB Manor. Are you certain of this, Prosecutor Blackwill? Okay. Okay. Okay, you know what? I was saying get the bird out. Now, if the bird is his assistant, it's allowed. It matches the serial number of the key that went missing after the murder. A master key? That went missing? Why don't I like the sound of that? Because it's new evidence and it's always scary. Our little scamp here has stumbled upon an article of unimaginable consequence. That's a little melodramatic, don't you think? We've been in the courtroom now for about an hour and a half, maybe an hour with this. No, 2 hours with this guy. Like, melodrama is his thing. Heed these words, for I shall say them but once. The sole key to the Vox Chamber has been in this little scamp's constant possession. Whoa. Ergo, she was the sole person who could use it before, during, and after the murder. Oh no. which leaves the master key as the only other key that could have opened the chamber. But this master key was found in a room that had been locked by this girl. Oh dear, so they're saying that the only way that you could have gotten in was if... Okay. And your point is? Until Jinxie Tenra opened the Fox Chamber with her key, the room had been locked tight from the outside world. And there was no one else in there save the victim and his killer. I trust you figured out for yourself by now. A killer other than Mayor Tenma himself would be utterly inconceivable. That's the thing, he's saying that like no one else could have got into the room. And if anyone else could get into the room, it's only Jinxie. And here's my thing though, I still stand by the fact that they use that rod to like climb up into the vent. That's my stance. That's my stance and I'm sticking to that. No! I did not do that justice, by the way. Apollo Justice, when he says no, probably goes, no! Like, loud as possible. Huh? Athena, you are carrying. How could this happen? Like, she's very good at interjecting in, like, I think that's what a big strength of her. She's very good at interjecting at moments that gives us a little bit of, a, like, an opening. I think that's very good of her. How could this happen? The defensive system will refrain from growling of frustrations. Judge, again, I appreciate this court's proceedings. Jury, there's no jury. I appreciate you all, but here's my issue with this, right? Actually, she can growl if she wants. If a bird's allowed in here, she's allowed growl. Thank you. Athena, are you all right? And before someone, because I know someone will probably be like, oh, Calvin, like, this is why growling is different from this. To me, it's just the whole thing of like, I know these games are crazy. I've talked about it a million times. That's why I love them. But it's also fun to sit here and like, to me, it's fun. It's the same way like when I play Pokemon and I get super competitive against like Pokemon who haven't done anything to me, right? It's fun to do that, right? At the end, like we all know that these attorney games are absolutely crazy. But that doesn't change the fact that it's fun to get like, frustrated at the judge. It's fun like when you get, it's fun getting involved in the cases regardless of how crazy they are. It's fun when I actually like get invested like that to me. It's really fun. Will we look back on this later and be like, oh, maybe like, the judge was right here. Maybe like this lawyer was right here. Maybe we were wrong here. Of course. But it's fun in the moment when you get emotionally invested in these stories, Like it's actually super fun. Like it's... Like, I know people are like, how is it fun to get frustrated? And to me, it's like, it's more just a case of like the same way, like it's fun when like a TV show or movie, gets you to be kind of like angry at a character or something like that. It's like, that's like an intentional thing. And that means you're invested. That's the way I look at it. I don't know. That's the way I always look at it. I know Mayor Tem is innocent, but there's nothing we can do. This sucks. Good. Yeah, widget. Sykes Stono. Allow me to put you out of your misery. Can I decline your offer? She's a great lawyer. The music's so good. Abandon your client and your misplaced faith in him. Let the relief of a clear head and a clear conscience come rushing in. That will make the inevitable guilty verdict far easier to accept. Buddy, no. We work for Phoenix Wright. We could never let him down like that. Great. Now he's playing Simon Says with us. Well, he's not going to fool us with his stupid mind games. Athena, don't fall for his tricks. No, I'm the one who's dazed and confused. It's okay. I can't even think straight. I think that's so, like, good. I think it's actually very good, right? I think having even us be kind of, like, falling for his, like, stuff sometimes... like adds another layer of like fun to this as well. Harry, all right? She fell right into his trap. Yeah, like he's very persuasive. I think that like he's actually like one of those judges you see on the TV sometimes. Not judges, sorry, lawyers you see on the TV sometimes. That it's like yeah, like what he's saying isn't exactly like right, but it's not wrong. And it's like the way he's twisting it is like, okay, he's definitely gonna win this case. Like, and again, like I bring it up all the time. The way he's like we're trying to argue that there was a man in a suit. His focus is so intelligently to focus on the fact that we're crazy, right? Like, and that's the clip that gets shared around on social media, right? The lawyer being like, the one lawyer going, well, it was Temataro there in a suit. And then he goes, excuse me, Your Honor, I want to say that I do not think yokai exist. And then everyone laughs and then it gets shared around. So you know what I mean? Like that type of thing. He's very smart doing that. Now I suggest you make a mad dash from the courtroom and into the wild blue yonder. Only by running shall your mind be cleared and your conscience cleansed. All right, be back. No, no. Athena, stay with me, Athena. Don't let yourself be twisted by that samurai. Mr. Justice, I heard the word objection. What is it you object to? Huh? Oh, right. That objection was more of a reflex than anything else, so we have to say something now? I was hoping something would come to me while I was trying to stop Athena. The court is waiting, Mr. Justice, though as it stands now, I'll be forced to declare your client guilty and your legal skills suspect if this is it. Here's the thing. No. Here's the thing. Don't do that. We'll make a deal. Now, do you have anything that could overturn the prosecution's case? Well, actually, I do. I still think, to me, like, and I get that he is, like, again, 100%, it's intentionally he's manipulating the trial, right? But I do think that, like, what they're missing here is that there's still tracks on the ground. How could the tracks have been made? I'm Apollo Justice, and I'm fine. Yes, Apollo! Apollo, you do have something more than your cords of steel, don't you? Not really, but we'll be fine. But I've got absolutely nothing, but that's never stopped me before. I have to explain how the real killer could have escaped that locked room. The vent, right? Because it's all over if I don't wait. The only thing I can think of is the vent. But Apollo, this calls for a new approach. Try to think outside the box. Or in this case, inside the box. And what a doozy that lock room is too. Well, Mr. Justice, do you have anything that can counter the prosecution's argument? You bet I do. The real killer must escape from the locked room one way or another. Vague conjecture shall only earn you a taste of my blade, Justice Dono. Time to do or die, literally. The defense will now explain how it would be possible to escape the locked room. You sure about this, Apollo? Can you really explain what happened? We'll try. I'm fine. We just need to think of the whole escaping a locked room over from the beginning. So, let's see. If the killer had escaped, how could they have done so? The choices are pretty limited. Oh God, what do you... The room has a window, but... Yeah, you could not get through it. It doesn't know wide enough for anyone to get through it, yeah. And there's a sheer cliff outside. As for the air vent... Yeah, okay, how is he gonna hook up? Yeah, okay, so there's no hooks on it. There's no, like, thing to grip onto. It's too high up and there's nothing you could stand on to reach it. And needless to say... The forbidden chamber wouldn't open no matter what we did, so that's out. That's why you could keep the solution simple, like they said. Simple is best. Okay, so they're telling us directly that the vent is not it, the chamber is not it, the window's not it. Okay, so that's... Okay. Then whatever's left just might lead us to how the Fox chamber was compromised. Yeah, this is actual theory, right? Like whatever's left, remove the impossible and whatever left is the answer. Your Honor, the defense proposes that the killer escaped through here. Wait. So, okay, let's see this now. They're saying not the forbidden chamber, not the window, right? Not the vent. So the only place is literally this, is the front door. But how would that even work? They were literally telling us it's not the forbidden chamber, it's not the duct, and it's not here. The only exit is the front door. That's it. Okay, that's it.
Take that!
The hallway door? Well, yes, I suppose that would have been the only way out.
Okay, so maybe that's not true. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so you've already forgotten. The only available key until Jinxie Tenma came on the scene was within... Okay, I think this is wrong. How would the exit to the Fox chamber the locked... okay. I should have seen this coming. Remember, Apollo, keep it simple. Simple, right? I could understand if the killer had exited the room with the key. But... Wait. Well, Mr. Justice?
The prosecution has some fine Japanese steel waiting for you unless you explain yourself quickly.
Oh, okay, maybe you have to explain yourself then. I'm fine. I can explain myself. Okay, so we just have to explain yourself. Okay, that's fine. I thought this was wrong. I thought it was wrong. The reason the Fox Chamber's hallway door was locked because Temma locked it from the inside. It locked on its own. The perp locked it from the outside. Okay. Half brain theory here, right? Tenma locked it from the inside doesn't make it incriminates our guy. It locked it its own, it couldn't have happened. It has to be this one, and here's my theory. Filch is a pickpocket. He can rob things without you even noticing. He robbed the shoes off somebody. What if he was able to take the key from Jinxie, give it to LaBelle, and then able to put it back into Jinxie's pocket? What if the room was locked from the outside? In other words, the killer took the key through the hallway door, then locked... Dude.
Consider this. The master key was found inside the tightly locked Fox Chamber. Any assertion that the key was removed from that room is a blatant contradiction of fact.
Exiting the room before locking the door would require taking the key outside. But the key was found in the room, which does seem like a contradiction. What if they dropped the master key back in through the vent? Or like... No, the window was closed, wasn't it? If only we could explain both, like how the key from the inside room like how the key could be inside the room and be used to lock the door from the outside.
Well, let's see if the defense can respond before Prosecutor Blackwell draws his sword.
Oh god, no.
How could the master key at the crime scene despite...
Okay, here we go. Threw from outside, changed the lock, slipped it through the door. So this is like the only one that's even... I feel like they're giving us like 2 ones that could not happen. And then there's like one that's like, oh, there's only one that's viable in this whole thing all the time. I feel like they're being very easy on us. What if someone threw it in the room from the outside? You know, something like go out the hallway door, lock the room, and toss the key back through the window? That would explain how the master key could be inside the locked room. No, I think maybe through the vent, no?
And where would you throw it from? There was a cliff outside the Fox Chamber window. Throwing the key in from there is an impossibility.
Oh, right. I wonder if the key could have been tossed in from somewhere other than the window. Somewhere other than the window? Huh. Could the key have been tossed in through somewhere other than... Yeah, the vent. The duct. The ducty. The duct.
Take that!
Here.
The air vent?
We know that the police officer was able to get up through the hallway through the vent, but wasn't able to get back out of it, so we could easily just drop it in and just go back out. The window may be out of the question, but the air vent's not. Oh, that's right. The Fox Chamber's air duct leads out into the hallway. That's right. The real killer entered the air duct from the vent outside in the Fox Chamber. Then dropped the key into the room through the vent inside the chamber.
That's preposterous.
That explains how the key got in there after it was used to lock the door perfectly.
Mr. Justice, I'm afraid I'm a bit confused.
That's my man. That's my man. Don't worry. I'll explain so even Your Honor can understand. First, the real... By the way, this line here, I love when we get to like own the judge a little bit, because we take a lot of crap from this court, and the fact that then we get to give a little back, I think is so good. I think it's so good. First, the real killer disguised as Tematara murdered the alderman in the Fox Chamber. Then they fled the room through the hallway door and locked it. Next, they entered the air duct from the vent outside the hallway. Finally, the killer tossed the key into the room through the air vent in the ceiling there. All that was left to do after that was go back through the air duct and flee the manor. And that's when they saw, look at this man, look at this man. Well, Your Honor, could that be any clearer?
Amazing, even I could follow that.
Self-aware king. The judge seems really pleased. That explains everything. The real killer was someone dressed up like Temataro. And that there was someone else in the room. There was someone else other than the mayor and the alderman in that room. There we go. There we go. Athena's so tall. What a turnabout. That massive forehead seems to be much more attractive now. It should have always been attractive. It should have always been attractive. If you don't like him at his low point, you can't have him at his best point. Not happening.
Order, I say.
Now I've proved a possible third party. Isn't that forehead isn't even that big? Even if it is, whose business is it? I don't see how our client could be guilty.
Silence.
Oh God. Oh God.
A valiant effort, Justice Dono. But your final thrust missed its mark.
Oh no. No, it didn't miss the mark. We win. We win.
Both that little scamp and the tricksy Tanuki saw the yokai after it left the room. But then what? Did that irksome yokai simply go through the foyer and waltz right to the front door?
No, the window. That's exactly what happened. The killer fled from the... You want to stop hitting Apollo.
But that's impossible. Without being spotted by the foyer security cameras.
No, look at this. Look at this. There's literally a blind spot. They show it on this. There's literally a blind spot where the window is. No, there's a blind spot.
The electric eye here would have captured any pesky little yokai trying to escape.
Electric eye. Infiltrate. Storm the gate. However, there's no sign of Temotaro anywhere in the security footage. What?
Save for the foyer entrance, there is no other way to flee the manor, is there?
I don't feel so good. Come on, Athena. Wait, I believe there's another way to escape besides the foyer entrance. Get him, Athena, come on, let's go! There's a large window in the foyer. It's possible to escape through there without being seen by the security camera. Oh my God, Athena, thank you so much. She has saved our butts so many times. Hey, you're right.
Silence.
No silence, no silence, no silence.
Must I point out every crucial detail to the defense? Go on, try it. It seems you lack not only brains, but investigation prowess to boot.
No, don't you dare. Don't you dare.
That is the cliff side of the manor. The only killer escaping that way would have been a dead one.
If he would have fallen, right? If he would have fallen, but... Wait, so the killer didn't escape out the foyer window. We know that the freaking thing was seen flying. We know that this thing was seen flying. And there's a picture evidence of this at 3:40 p.m. around the same time that this was happening. What the heck, Wright? Go on, Widget, you're right.
I suppose your next proposal is the killer sprouted wings and flew off into the sunset.
Yes, it is actually. That would mean the killer really was a yokai. If only we had some sort of evidence that could point to a flying killer. Who's saying we don't? As completely far-fetched as it might be. What? You're saying you can prove the killer could fly? Yeah, we can. We can. Jinxie's boots are awesome. Whoa. I thought it was the one with the cords of steel.
I can't wait to hear this.
Your Honor?
What evidence do you have that the killer flew away?
Take that! Take this. Take this. I love when he holds the papers up like he's so official. Our boy's so smart. Such a smart king. He can read. He can read lawyer papers. Me? Can't. It looks like not guilty, Your Honor. That would be me. Take a look at this special edition paper. Temotaro real flight or fancy? What does this article prove, Mr. Justice? The photo in the article was taken shortly after the murder. Maybe the yokai in this photo is the killer shortly after they fled out the window? Don't know, say it with confidence. We have picture evidence.
Mr. Justice, you're not seriously suggesting.
Oh, I'm serious. I mean it. It all adds up. The killer disguised as Temotaro flew away, you know, by some way or another. I mean, we have picture evidence. We have picture evidence. This is my man. Look at him. Look at him right now. Bow.
Silence.
It fits him so well, that silence thing.
It is your brain that has flown the coop. That image is not but a trick photography or some other form of artifice.
Okay, then how about Temotaro's figure Mr. Filch saw? It just vanished into thin air? Oh God, he's tapping his eye.
No, there's a rational common sense explanation for that. The infernal yokai, our tricksy tanuki witness, never reached the entrance. He, or should I say she, turned back before the camera's electric eye. She? Oh, you think it's her? Oh, you're always going to start saying it's Jinxie, isn't he? She? I don't like where this is going. I think he's going to try and say it was Jinxie. Now the fact we know the yokai had come from the Fox Chamber means that it was likely the Mayor Damien Tenma or his daughter Jinxie Tenma. Oh my god, how can a man so pale and so cute be this mean? However, we know the Mayor Tenma was already unconscious at the time. No, not good. Not good at all. It's not good. Do you understand the gravity of the situation now, Justice Dono? It is what he's going to try. See, we have to talk about these tracks. No, because now he has a reason. Now he has a. Damn. Now he has and there's a lot of evidence. The thing is, I can't say this is silly. Sometimes we argue stuff is silly, like in Ace Attorney games, because it's the way, it's the way games go. Like you have to, they say something, then you have to prove it wrong. That's literally how it works. And sometimes you're like, Judge, why would you believe this? But this time around, this is one of those cases that happens, in these trials as well, where there's no there is an argument against this, and we will find an argument against this. But on the surface, that is so. That seems so guilty. She had a key. She was the daughter of the man who was trying to help her. Who would have every in the eyes of the public and the judge would have every right or every motivation to help her father. There's blood everywhere. She knows about this demon. She works with these ideas of these demons. She ripped the charm off the door, which I don't think is for something she would do. She puts charms on and rips them off. But in the eyes again of the judge, it's okay, she ripped the charm off the door because she knows about the charms. I love when this happens in the Ace Attorney games. It's one of those things where it's we actually have to fight an unbelievable uphill battle. And also let's be honest as well, it's even deeper this time because this lawyer has, and they stayed true to his personality, walked us into this. And the appearance of Tenma were the work of one individual. Yeah, he's going to blame it on Jinxie. That even the bird was shocked there. And the individual other than Jinxie Tenma. And he has he has a good case. He has a good enough case. It's horrible. We're going to have to, it's an uphill battle. We walked ourselves into this one. Ah. Oh my god. But still, we're going to be able to do this. We're going to be able to do this. Order. The French will stop competing for the greatest freakout ever. No, we will not, actually. Athena, you go next. Okay, now me. The little scamp was no doubt simply trying to protect her father. And it's no wonder her superstitious mind conjured up this mad masquerade. Prosecutor Blackwell's assertion makes perfect sense to me. Here's the thing. It's in the eyes of the law, it makes sense. It makes sense, right? Obviously, because you can't always, bring, personal feelings into this, especially, when, because if a jury was looking at this and they go, well, of course she'd want to help her father. And it makes sense. Oh, why would she be working there? Oh, maybe she, was doing an inside job. It makes perfect sense. I don't want it to make perfect sense. I'd rather it didn't. It's far more convincing than saying the killer escaped. Exactly. Yeah. Honestly, exactly. And the thing is, it's one of those times where we can't disagree. Did you truly believe this could end any other way? Did we fall right into his trap? What do we do now, Apollo? Our case no longer stands without a real yokai. If we only had one. Bailiff, seize her. It's time to interrogate her as the samurai of yore would. Hold it. Okay, we gotta hold it. Yes, Apollo, come on, you can do this, you can do this. I believe in you. Oh, no, it wasn't Apollo. Mayor Tenma? This farce is over. Goth? Meet goth. This is when the older generation of punk meets the younger generation of punk, How does it feel seeing your own daughter accused of a cover-up most foul? Tenma Taro's true identity is... Oh, he's gonna... Now, Mr. Mayor, it will be futile at this point to claim you were the yokai. After all, you've been knocked out cold by a blow to the skull. Slipping into a yokai costume and rowing about the manor would be all but impossible. Consider this well. As it stands, your daughter will be arrested for obstruction of justice. But if you confess, the prosecution will be willing to overlook a little yokai farce. Confess? The defendant intends to confess. Don't do this. Don't do this. No, we can do this. We can prove this. Wait. Apollo. Prosecutor Blackwell's up to his mind games again. Mayor Tenma, no. Don't fall for Swiss's words yet. Like, he's very good at this. If you're sent away for murder, Jinxie will be left all alone.
The real killer is...
Mayor Tenma's going to confess unless we do something. But I can't prove how the real killer could have flown away.
Caw.
Look upon me and despair.
For the ripe is the time of my return.
Uh-oh. I should watch what I wish for. Oh no, oh no! No! What?
Foolish mortals.
I am Tenma Taro, the yokai using. No, don't do this. Mayor Tenma?
Silence! I am Tenmataru, freed from the bonds binding me to the Forbidden Chamber. Behold the return of the Demon King.
What the? I love how, like, Demon King. I love how everyone's like, just like, oh my god, please stop. Well, I think it's time for me to, take a vacation. Jesus Christ, this is going downhill fast. And like, it's like two people trying to help us, but are just like a detriment to us now.
The witness will, he will explain himself. Are you saying that you're Tenmataru, the yokai we've been chasing this whole time?
Indeed, it is I, Tenmataru, the one who you seek, come to reveal the truth. This child is Tenmataru, you say? What nonsense.
So, Mayor Tenma, is he yokai now?
His body is now mine.
I'm not sure. Are we supposed to like believe this? Are we supposed to be believing this? Because like the thing is like I genuinely think he's probably trying to like, you know, save his daughter. I think that's the general gist of what's happening here. I don't know. I could be like completely wrong here. Either way, we're kind of donezo. Either way, we're kind of donezo. Because this is what's gonna happen here is like a general like f up of like our trial, because like everything we kind of built up is now going to be like seen as the opposite, which is tough.
So you're saying Mayor Tenma is being possessed by you? And that yokai that Jinxie Tenma and Phineas Field saw? And the one captured in the newspaper photo? Those were all you?
The cursed power that of these warding shards prevents me from revealing my true form.
Oh my god, the two of them together, like this double sweating.
Your boldness. Can this not be interpreted as an admission of guilt?
Okay, you know what's crazy about this too? What's about to happen here is that we now have a, what we now have is an admission of guilt through something that we were trying to prove was like what we were trying to prove, like in a way, like was their whole his whole argument was there's no such thing as yokai, right? That was his whole argument. There's no such thing as yokai. But now it's changed because, and it's actually very smart the way, like again, they set him up as a big manipulator, someone who will like be able to manipulate the court. He is now using the opposite of his argument, and it still works for his argument now. It's incredible.
Be that as may, the defense case has been overturned.
Huh? What?
You claim the yokai that little scamp saw was some third party, the true killer. The one who escaped from the locked Fox chamber, but it was the accused all along.
Ah.
Ironic, is it not? Your yokai turned out to be the real, in a manner of speaking. For the alderman's killer is none other than the Mayor Tenma. And the yokai at the scene? That too was Mayor Tenma, or should I say, our dear Tenma Taro.
This is rough.
The pieces have fallen into place.
How so, Prosecutor Blackwell?
It seems I must spell it out all for you. Mayor Tenma was killed in the alderman and the fox.
We're in trouble. Chamber, which was locked at the time. He then removed the warning charms from the forbidden chamber's door, but then fell unconscious from the blow to the alderman that delivered to his head. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's when his daughter Jinxie Tema stumbled upon the scene of the crime. The little scamp fled in terror, whereupon the spirit of Tenmataro, freed at last from the charm's warding effect, took possession. Oh my god. He's using like the opposite of his argument now, that it's real. And it's working. That's a, oh my god. The newly freed Tenmataro fled from the fox chamber. So you see, the yokai Jinxie Tema saw was her father possessed by Tenmataro.
Objection!
Can we object? Like, please. What are you right to see? The mayor was found unconscious. How is that possibly supposed to have flown from the foyer window? Then what? Do you mean to say the maid cutie Mara Jinxie Tema was Tenmataro? Oh god, again, look how good. He's so good. He's so good at this. He's like, okay then, she was Tenmataro. That's like scary talent. Like, okay then, it was her. She did it. Like, that's what he's saying. If it wasn't, it was her.
Kaka, that is too easily explained.
Flew about for a time, I did I, but I presented tired, I made it for the forbidden chamber.
But last exhaustion took me unawares in the fox chamber, and I knew no more.
It would seem the pieces are still in place.
Oh my, no, he is up to his tricks again, and they're like, this is one of the best cases I've seen in terms of like someone making a case against us. It's one of the best counters I've ever seen.
I don't know what to say. Is the defendant a real live?
So that rumor of Mayor Tema is true? I knew yokai were real. You mean they really did kill the alderman just so we could reach Tenmataro? If this case sets a precedent that yokai are real, this changes the world.
Order, order.
Now he's got everyone in the courtroom believing in yokai. It's Simon Says on steroids. A perfect way to freaking describe it. He wants to convict our client any way he can, even if it means blaming yokai.
The proverbial ducks are all in a row. You should now have no qualms about finding the accused guilty, your boldness. This is one of the most bizarre cases in my entire career. Otherworldly, in fact. Can yokai even be prosecuted under our legal system?
Mayor Tema is just pretending to be Tenmataro to practice art. I agree with this, but I already proved how a third party could have escaped from the locked room. A verdict at this point would be premature. Apollo, best choice.
Since both sides have raised a valid point, I have no choice but to...
Silence!
This is a dark age of law where defense attorneys are not to be trusted. This is but a ploy to gain him time for the fabricated evidence.
How will I sleep tonight?
Oh, buddy, stop.
Knowing you will not let the sun rise on the mayor's day of reckoning. Justice Dodo.
Objection!
I won't fabricate any evidence.
Silence!
Then prove it by joining me. A night in the clink will ensure you will not succumb to temptation.
No, thank you. No, thank you. How about I just promise to not succumb to anything?
We have both evidence and a confession. The killer is the yokai before us. It is beyond dispute.
The music here is fantastic. Guilty verdict all but... Huh? What's wrong with him? Prosecutor Blackwell, we've had enough of your hijinks. Oh god, he's actually doing something. The Foundation of Justice is fair play and you are in serious violation of that.
What the devil was that? Fulbright, have you tampered with my shackles in some manner?
He's made them electric.
Aha! I seem to have found that quite shocking. It's my special jolt of justice device. Each press is a locked reminder to behave.
You shall pay for this, I, Simon Blackwell, vow to.
Your Honor, you do not fear now. I believe Prosecutor Blackwell will remain on his best behavior.
A bit late with the reassurances, aren't we, Detective?
Well, in that case, this concludes today's deliberations. The prosecution and defense will use the opportunity to further their investigations. This court is adjourned.
So we actually did get an investigation. Again, that was the best thing Apollo could have done. He had a very strong case. He had a confession, and he had like some evidence, even if it was circumstantial in some cases. One of the best counters to our stuff I've ever seen in my life. Honestly, one of the best counters I've ever seen to stuff in my life. Really freaking good. Is this how you guys save as well? Because I always go one down and then go back up again. That's how I always do with every save. It's just like a like in this it doesn't matter because you know we're not gonna be like reloading, but I guess it's just like a habit. Like I do that with like JRPGs as well, where you save one and go down. Except for some reason in Shin Megami Tensei, I just kept saving over the same save. Yeah, continue on to the next chapter, of course. Man, that is a rough case to go up against. April 18th, 1:20 p.m. Write Anything Agency. I love being here. Being here is my, like, calming place. A safe place for me. It's so nice. Having yokai testify in court is unprecedented to say the least. I am Tenmataro, the yokai you seek. How could such a straight-laced man like Mr. Tenma suddenly become a demon? Yeah, it's strange. Even worse, Prosecutor Blackwell is playing along. I can't even think straight anymore. I need to get out for a run. See you in a bit. So she blows off steam by running. What about the investigation? Wait. Whoa, Trucy, welcome back. Oh, she stopped her. Okay, I thought we were going to do an investigation with Trucy. Oh, you're in your stage out. The thing is, I think Athena and Trucy are both fun to be around. Honestly, like. So maybe bring both of them, to be honest. Yep, I really nailed the new magic trick I've been working on. I also heard about those tricks that were conjured up in the court area today. You know, the demon out of nowhere trick and Polly's tightrope style defense trick. I was seriously considering a disappearing act of my own after the craziness. Trucy, you should have seen it. It was crazy. Anyway, next trick is to find the suspect other than the mayor. What I find is like, so like again, because we always have different companions going on these journeys with us. You know, I feel like, you know, Apollo and Trucy again was like a very sisterly, brotherly relationship, like a very sibling-coded relationship, and found out to be siblings in the end. And that was what was so fun about their investigations. What's so fun about the investigation with Athena so far is that you can tell she's trying to prove herself. You can tell she's trying to, like, you know, make sure that she like wins this case, but also like she has a compassion for like the actual cases themselves. You know, she's very bright-eyed, and I feel like that's something that is like, you know, always needed. Especially like when we can, you know, you can be so easily a bit jaded by the law as well, you know, especially after going through so many crazy cases. It's great to have her around. Yeah, I just think so. I know the killer must be using the air duct in their escape. And whoever did that was the Tamataro that Mr. Filch and Dinksy saw. Right, maybe there's some evidence in the air duct. The real fight starts now. Hey, before you go, let me make the evidence you no longer need disappear. Oh, Trucy, okay. With 2, 1. Wait, you're just gonna... Okay, that's actually pretty cool. Unnecessary evidence has been disappeared into Trucy's magic panties. Okay, we'll take it. I wonder where all this stuff goes. Yeah, I wonder too. Okay, let's go over to the scene of the crime. Vamos, Apollo. Vamonos. Again, I wish we could have stayed in the Write Anything Agency for a bit longer because I love that place. April 18th, Huey Manor Fall. What? So what did we get rid of? We got rid of like yeah, okay, that's cool. Like the yeah, okay. See, what it does is it's just like it makes sure we can make less mistakes. I actually like that. Detective Fulbright, mind if you search the air duct? Well, since you really are on the side of justice, I suppose I can let you. Plus, my own sense of justice has been called into doubt, so... One of he's been like this ever since the trial. Well, his sense of justice has been beaten to a pulp. It'll probably take a while for him to recover. I sort of feel bad for him, but we have to we have work to do. Let's get to the evidence we need. The air duct is the key. We know Tematara impersonator used it to make an escape. So that's saying, okay, then we look at the air duct. After murdering the alderman, the killer left the fox chamber through the hallway door. Then after locking the door from the outside, the killer entered the air duct in the hallway. Finally, the killer dropped the key into the fox chamber through the air vent here. That's our story, yeah. Then we went back through the duct and fled the manor. That's how the illusion of no one entering or leaving the locked room was created. If the killer passed through the air duct, maybe we'll find some evidence there? Yeah, maybe some black feathers or something like that. Well, here's our vent. It's awfully high up. Don't worry, I brought a stepladder. Happy hunting. How nice for her to volunteer me for the job. Whoa, it's pitch black in here. Well, here goes nothing. Literally us crawling through the vent. There's a thick layer of dust in here. Oh god, I could not. I'd be too claustrophobic. I don't get it. Find anything? Yikes, Paul, what happened? You're covered in dust. He was in the air duct. Yeah, dust. Lots of dust. So what'd you find? You know how dust collects on something when nobody uses it for a long time? You're like, Mr. Wright, dust back. Oh yeah, of course. Then how did someone use it? Right. You think it'd be possible to crawl over that sort of dust without leaving a trail? Seriously doubt it. Wait, in a few days, yes. Right? Maybe, but if it's like so much dust, no one's gone through that duct lately? Kind of looks that way. But we know that the police officer went through the duct, right? Did he not go through the duct? Did Fulbright not go through the duct? And if it's true, Mayor Tema going to be fingered as a killer. But if we don't turn things around quickly.
In justice we trust. Ah! Sorry, Mr. Justice. But it seems your justice was not the most just after all. My sense of justice has prevailed.
Detective Fulbright sure seems chipper all of a sudden. And I'm back to my old devastated self.
Oh, come on. Where's the never say die spirit? Bring it on, Mr. Lawyer. Bring it on.
Let me suffer in peace. You know, just bring me the Horizon song over here.
Just let me suffer, suffer in peace. Justice prevails once more.
It's not over yet, and besides, kicking someone down is what bad guys do. Exactly, Athena. Yeah, you're a bad guy now.
Are you calling me a bad guy? Me, Bobby Fulbright, champion of justice?
The helm with some information on the investigation. We need some help here.
Information about the investigation? Alright. Won't have you call me a bad guy ever again, understood?
We did it, Apollo. So that's, again, Athena very good at getting through to these people, again, with her psychological aspects as well. That's something I should have added, too, when I was talking about, like, the differences. I was more talking about, like, the personalities, but I guess, like, also, like, you know, one of the big differences with Athena is also, like, the psychological profiling. So, the investigation. I can't believe Prosecutor Blackwell would stoop that low. I mean, pinning the blame on a yokai? He really wants to convince a conviction at all costs. She'd give a yokai a run for its money when she's mad.
Yes, well, I have him writing a self-reflective essay as we speak.
I doubt it'll teach him anything. Yeah, I'll probably just write dotard 1,000 times.
That old yoga business is most likely a ploy to win a conviction. It is 100%, and he's using it to a very strong degree. Through this, Prosecutor Blackwell believes Jinxie Tema planted yokai stuff. Planted in an effort to protect her father.
The real killer? The real killer. You're right, I'd like to see him prove it.
Whoa, calm down.
He doesn't have any direct evidence, but we did find this. Yeah, that's the thing that I'm still confused about, the rod. And it was the base of the cliffside outside QB Manor, so it was the base of the cliff? Wait, that isn't the staff that Tematar was supposed to be carrying, is it?
The one and only.
That's actually a big piece of evidence. Mr. Tem was no doubt tossed it over the cliff when he was done. No way. Well, what about Prince? No way. No way. No way, right?
Nope, no Prince, but if she was wearing a costume, there wouldn't be any Prince.
See, we're already saying it's her in the costume. Well, Prince or no Prince, it's not going to work on our favor. Sounds like the staff might have belonged to the mansion. But if that's the case, then where in the mansion did Temataro get it from? So, the staff is here, but again, we don't know how to use it to our favor yet. We probably will be able to use it at some point to our favor. Did Prosecutor Blackwell figure out the victim was the Amazing Ninetales?
He did indeed. He's a sharp one, all right.
He figured out while investigating the municipal merger and the victim's past.
The Amazing Ninetales sparked a yokai craze and worked against the merger.
Look at this muscle man.
And Mayor Damien Teman is a corrupt politician who murdered the great hero. It's again, the story is what matters sometimes to the public as well, you know?
The Amazing Ninetales are so angry they didn't even try. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's so easy to run with this. I don't blame them. I mean, their favorite masked wrestler hero was murdered.
They must have been shocked when they found out what happened. Speaking of which, isn't Jinxie also found the base in Ninetales? Like, that's the thing. It's like, again, it's from the fan base's perspective. This is a story that, like, appeals to them and it works for them, right? It works for them. So, like, it's going to be hard. It's an uphill battle. Before we even find evidence against it, that story to them is like they have faith in the idea of one person is good and one person is bad. The Ninetales is someone that they adore completely. So regardless of the outcome, like, I really feel like it's going to be hard to convince people of otherwise. Arrestus, masks more pressure in his own life. He never unmasks himself in front of others. But there are matches where wrestlers battle for the right to remove each other's masks. Yep, it's a big deal, especially in Mexico. To have your mask torn off is the worst humiliation a wrestler could suffer. That's why their masks are more important to them than life itself. She spoke with a passion that only a fan could appreciate. We ought to become fans ourselves and go protest in front of the prison. What? No! Did you forget that Mayor Tenma is not only Jinxie's father, but our client? Yeah, that's the thing. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like even now we're going, because it's a story that works. Like for the public, they're like, oh my god, this works. Oh yeah. I think a better example than like someone stealing medals would be like if in those games, if a person in the race tripped up and by accident tripped up the other person, and then someone wrote online like, oh, this person did it on purpose. You can see here that there was a fake fall and they did it on purpose so they could stop the other person from winning the race because they knew they couldn't win the race. Like, that's an appealing thing. People love to like talk about that stuff and constantly talk about that stuff. It's a fun story for people because it's like, oh, scandalous, oh my god. When reality is it could just fall. In this case, that's what's going to happen here. It's kind of like, you know, for these people, it's like no matter what, the story to them is already appealing, and the story to the judge is already appealing, and it is he made a good case. You're defending the most hated mayor in history. Exactly. I just hope you don't find yourself on the wrong end of a figure 4 leg lock. A figure 4 leg lock is actually a submission move that like actually would work. It's really painful. Me and my friends used to do it to each other. It's super sore and hard to get out of. Yeah. Maybe we should wear a mask to hide my identity. The great Apollo. Apollo Justice is actually a great wrestler name. Are there any new developments we should know? Now that you mention it. Our suspect is suffering partial memory loss, but did manage to remember something. Okay. He did? What did he say? He said he didn't want to speak with us. His exact words, I'm no under obligation to speak with you mortals, so he's going all the way with this. And other things of that nature. I wonder what Mayor Tenma remembered. Too bad you can't go ask him now, because the prosecutor Blackwell's busy questioning him. Oh, God. I know, why don't you wait down at the playground with the rest of the kids?
Okay, Fulbright. Okay. You go home. Go. You know what? I heard that someone has a sale on blinding suits down the street. Go find them.
What now, Apollo? How about regrouping back at the agency? Good idea. We might get some words of wisdom from Mr. Wright. That actually is a good idea.
That is a good idea. Guys, that's going to do it for this video, though. Insane stuff. I really feel like this is one of those times we've been backed into a corner. Like, in a very impressive way. Thank you so much to Ty402, Jamie Bull, Johnny the Banana, The Ghost of Nizuma, Felicitas Felix, Eskun, Yuled, Radish, Anusta, Shabata Bread, Malcolm Dave, B Mika, Death Trap, and Lynx Markey. I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.